What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Des Alexis back with a morning routine video. My fiance has already started his day pretty early and he is out bringing me something back to snack on. And yes, I say snack because I'm pregnant, so I eat multiple times a day. And I thought a plain bagel with some cream cheese and a frappe would do me justice this morning. Most mornings it can be a challenge to get out of bed because this belly is getting very big. But what I like to do is start out with my shower because it helps wake up my body and it helps me just get my day going. Sometimes it can be a little bit harder to get out of bed, but if I start my shower off first, then the rest of the day is productive and everything else flows. I get the essentials out the way early, like washing my face and brushing my teeth, because if I do this any later in the day, I find that my day starts pretty late and it's hard to remain productive while you're pregnant, especially with HG. I've had ups and downs and my energy hasn't always been the same, but I find if I do this stuff in the morning, it really helps me get my day going. And just finishing it off with moisturizer and a nice cooling spray for my face. It really does wake me up in the morning, and since it has aloe and rose water, it works really well for my skin type. Now, if you're anything like me, I have to have a clean house. There's nothing like cleaning your home and knowing what it once looked like to what it looks like now. I can't function if it is dirty. I can't function if things are out of order. So I spend my mornings, or some parts of my day at least, spending some time to clean because it really does improve my day. It improves my mood and it actually helps me stay productive. And this would not be a morning routine if I did not show myself cooking, because what? Your girl is pregnant and I am hungry all the time. For some reason, I guess this is a craving, but I've been wanting scrambled eggs with cheese, and I also have been wanting waffles a lot. I've already fulfilled the craving of waffles earlier this week, so I decided to make some scrambled eggs with cheese and also make some biscuits and bacon. So some of you may know this and some of you may not, but I was diagnosed with a rare pregnancy condition at the start of my pregnancy, which did alter the way that I was able to eat and drink. So I'm so thankful to now finally be able to eat and drink the way that I want. It makes all the difference in the world to be able to prepare your own food. I am finally being able to make up for all the days that I couldn't eat or drink anything, and I have been taking full advantage of this opportunity. I, for some reason, have just been wanting eggs so badly, so I'm so happy to be able to eat eggs this morning and biscuits and bacon, and I got my juice, and I am ready to start my day. So I'm going to eat, and I will be back. So recently I have made the decision to revamp my website. This process has been long overdue, but I took it easy on myself because I needed a little bit of time for myself to get my health back in order and be able to actually execute and do everything that I needed and wanted to do on my website. I haven't been able to show up online the way that I wanted, so I've been doing a lot of brainstorming And me spending my time just creating these templates and these ebooks and just changing the colors around has really helped me figure out how I want to proceed and execute going forward. So the next thing on the list is something that I started a little bit earlier in the day, which is actually making a to-do list. And the reason why I do this is because it helps me keep track of my day and all the things that actually need to get done, what's priority and what's not, what can be finished and completed today and what can't. And it just takes me being realistic with myself. If I have a full list, most of the things I'm going to get done are my priorities, and then I push off the rest until the next day. And I find that this helps me stay more sane and actually feel like I'm accomplishing things and rewarding myself for my accomplishments rather than the things that I didn't get to do. I usually like to start this process at the beginning part of my day, but it all truthfully depends. To be honest, my walk with God has been a little bit distant in the last few months because I couldn't understand the reason why I was going through the things that I was going through with my pregnancy. But as I decided to take it as a blessing and a lesson as well, I started to find myself craving the love of God and wanting to spend more time with Him again. All things happen for the good of them that love the Lord, and this is true. And once I started to really look at my situation as a blessing rather than a hindrance, I put my pride aside and got back in my Bible. So the most important thing for me on my journey and walk with God is to just try to be intentional. And sometimes I don't know where to read or where to start. So what I like to do is start somewhere that I've already been or somewhere that I'm familiar, and also read things that stand out to me again, and just take extra notes to try and spend that intentional time with Him. And none of this really has to be done in any particular order. For me, every day is different. It just happened that this particular day, everything that I normally do in the beginning of my day happened to be at the end, and that's perfectly fine. I try to let life just take me wherever it wants to take me. Although I try to have a plan, I can't always make things go the way that I want them to go. So I just do the best that I can with what I'm given. And me watching something inspirational really does help set the tone for my day, whether that be the morning time or the nighttime. And either way, I find is just as effective, because if you spend this time every day working on improving yourself, you will find that you will get something out of it, and you can apply that to your life at any given moment. And I find that so beneficial. I feel like you could spend this time watching anything that inspires you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an inspirational video or motivational video of life. It could be about businesses. It could be about your mindset. It could be about relationships. You could watch anything that literally fills you up inside and makes you feel good. So, as long as you spend a little bit of time working on yourself every day, in a year, you will start to see a difference in yourself. And lastly, with how I'm ending my day, is reading a new book. I have recently found that this is a new favorite hobby of mine. I never actually read growing up because it was never anything that I was truthfully interested in, and for some reason I just couldn't get into it. But I find that the books that help with achieving your goals and mastering your mindsets and self-improvement is my realm. That's what I love. So I am reading the book Start With Why, and I have just started it, so I can't really tell you if it's good or not, but I will let you guys know how it is. And that about does it for today. I want to thank you guys for watching and following me along on my regular schmegular day in the life of a 5-month pregnant woman getting ready with me routine. And hopefully, you guys found this somewhat enjoyable.